We're in Oshawa now. The rain continues to fall in southern Ontario. It's windy, it's cold. Kind of rethinking my costume choice at this moment. It is pretty chilly, but I'm sticking with the Gaston as long as I can. Joined by Bronwyn and Lydia. Bronwyn, is it too cold to go trick-or-treating tonight?
No.
Are you going to cut it short because it is so cold, or how many bags are you going to fill up on this Halloween evening?
I think I'm going to do one whole one.
Just one whole bag. So a great night for candy, not the best night for weather, not the best night for parents as well. I'm sure a lot of them are regretting the decision to have to walk outside in southern Ontario with the rain that we're seeing and the cold temperatures.
Yeah, and someone wanted to wear their short sleeves despite the weather, right? Nice weather, guy. I love it. No one, tells the weather like Gaston. Okay, Kasia Bodurka with you here. Happy Halloween. I hope you're having a great night. But yeah, those temperatures, they're certainly sliding south through the overnight where you're seeing the blues. Yeah, temperatures are getting close to that freezing mark for the city of Toronto at 2, London 2, Barrie at 1. And of course, the winds, they are picking up. So especially that's for you along the Huron shores, the Lake Superior shores, and of course, you're going to start to see the winds picking up along Lake Erie, where you're seeing the red. So winds sustained between 40 and 60 km, but that's mostly through your overnight into your Saturday morning. But then high pressure comes into place, and that's going to be calming things down for us. The bigger weather story is, of course, the rain and then the rain-snow mix. So we're going to start to see the rain-snow mixing line shift a little bit further south through the evening hours. So as kids are trick-or-treating, areas marked in pink, yeah, we're talking about temperatures close to that freezing mark and that rain-snow mix. But closer to the QEW and the 401 and then south, we do continue to have the rain showers. But to the north, I mean, we've been talking about 13, 15 centimeters of snow. We'll have more about this coming up. And of course, so many of us getting into the Halloween spirit here at the Weather Network headquarters in Oakville. People standing awkwardly posing for their photos. But of course, there was a lot of fun in our cafeteria earlier today. I missed out on the fun. So I have here a zombie hand to help me tell the weather. No, that's weird. Yeah, we won't use a zombie hand. Kasia Bodurka with you here. Happy Halloween. It's a pleasure to have you with us. I hope your kids were able to pick up plenty of candy despite all the active weather that's happening in southern Ontario and BC. Vancouver, you're on day 22 of rain showers. Let's take a look at what's to come for your Saturday, though. Still on the active side for the whole eastern flank of the country. In fact, we do have a nor'easter that's approaching our friends along the east coast, and we are in storm watch as a result of that. And then we have snowfall warnings for southern portions of Alberta. We'll get to that story in a moment. But first, your Saturday evening. So actually, the rain is going to be pushing in through the overnight hours if you are in the east. And, it's just going to continue to move up north and even spread a little west and east throughout the day. But here's your rain-snow mix line. Areas marked in pink there. A rain-snow mix, that's going to be for your Saturday evening. That's when we start to see that snow. But by the time it's all said and done, some of us are picking up a lot of snow. We're talking about between 15 and 25 centimeters likely for areas north of Fredericton. Yeah, this is no joke whatsoever. And, areas also in Labrador, we have special weather statements in place because of all this snow that's moving in. But you should remain unscathed in places like Halifax. Now, I'm going to get to a little bit more of that story coming up. But in the meantime, through the overnight hours, we're also going to see some of that rain transition to a rain-snow mix for a lot of southern Ontario. Maybe getting a sneak preview at trick-or-treaters. And by cool and unsettled, I mean, yeah, it was rainy and it continues to be so. And the unfortunate news is that for a lot of us, it's going to be transitioning into a rain-snow mix through the overnight, but that's after trick-or-treating time. Kasia Bodurka with you here. Happy Halloween, dressed festively. The witch hat will be coming out a little bit later, but first let's take a look at your overnight conditions. Still, the rain will continue to fall through the overnight. Temperatures around 2 degrees for a lot of us, 1 in Barrie where we do see the snow fly. But what's to come with this area of low pressure essentially is through the overnight, yes, the winds, they still will be picking up for a lot of us, but it should be dissipating quite nicely, especially through your Saturday. Shouldn't be too bad. Still a little bit of active weather in the morning hours, but then high pressure comes into place, and that means sunshine. However, as we wake up, temperatures are going to be close, well, to the freezing mark, but it's going to feel much cooler. And because of that, we do have a rain-snow mix in the forecast. Mike Arsenault, he has been live in the Oshawa area. Here he is. All right, that was Force of Nature. Kasia Bodurka with you here with a look at what's happening through the overnight for a lot of us in the GTA. A rain-snow mix and 2 degrees for you in the city of Oshawa. And that's where we find our very own Garçon, or Gustave. Yeah, I believe that's from Beauty and the Beast. There's Mike Arsenault dressed up. It's Garçon, right?
It is Gaston, Kasia, and it is extremely cold out here right now. We're right around 5 degrees, feeling even colder with this cold rain that has been continuous throughout southern Ontario all day long. It's only going to get colder as we move into the overnight hours. Kasia, I don't have a coat on, though, because my big, bulging Gaston biceps are keeping me warm. Someone who does have a coat on is little Sophie here, dressed as a zombie. Are you having fun this Halloween?
Yeah.
Now, it is pretty cold out here, so are you getting as much candy as you normally do, or are you cutting it short because it is cold, wet, and windy?
We're cutting it short because it's a little windy.
Cutting it short. Now, you do have the jacket on. Is that keeping you warm today?
Yeah.
Now, are you glad you have the jacket on, or do you wish, is it kind of ruining your costume, or are you happy you're staying warm?
I'm happy I'm staying warm.
I think she's giving me a look like, Mike, you should have your jacket on as well. So, Kasia, I'm going to send it back inside to you, and I'm going to hop in the car and get that winter jacket on.
Yeah, words of wisdom. Thank you so much, Mike. Gaston. He should be wearing a coat, showing off his pipes. All right, 2 degrees through the overnight in the city of Toronto with the rain continuing to fall. Now, we're seeing the blues, which, the entire map is covered in blues. That means your temperatures are around that freezing mark, very close to that freezing mark. So, of course, we do have the snow flying. We're talking about 15 centimeters of snow has fallen already in Sudbury. And we continue to see the cooler temperatures again on your Sunday evening, or Saturday evening, I should say. But really, the snow and the active weather, it will be subsiding by then, so that's great news. However, we still do have more rain showers upon us through the overnight hours. We're expecting a lot of that rain that we're still seeing in the GTA could be transitioning to a rain-snow mix, except for areas like St. Catharines and the Niagara region, but everybody else where you're seeing the salmon, that's a rain-snow mix, and it could be accumulating snows for some places. We're talking about Kitchener, areas in the valleys there, the Dundalk Valley, mountainous areas there too. We could be seeing 2 to 5 centimeters of snow on the ground there. The next 3 days look like this for us, so still a little on the active side as the system departs, but then all in all, it shouldn't be too bad throughout the day. Tomorrow it is cold though, living up to its name, that cold front, and then Sunday also a little on the chilly side, but then we do have high pressure coming into place, and that means sunshine. Monday, it's going to be nice and comfortable and back to seasonal temperatures and a little bit more settled for us, so that's great news, isn't it? Your Saturday morning, as you're stepping out, still dealing with the rain showers, and I'd love it if you would stay with us. We're going to be breaking down your weather story into your long range as well. All right, you're watching the Weather Network. Thanks to Kim for that. Always a lot of fun. The Witch Hat, it will be coming on very shortly. But first, I want to talk to you about some important weather stories across the country, north of, northern portions of Ontario. So the Nickel Belt, we have been seeing copious amounts of snow already. Chrissy Van, she's been live there. Over 15 centimeters of snow fell there. And now we have a snowfall warning in effect for southern portions of Alberta. A rain-snow mix possible for a lot of us in southern Ontario as well through the overnight. Sudbury looks like this. So the system, it will be dissipating, moving its way out of the area, then high pressure to follow, but cool temperatures in Sudbury. And here's a look at the city of Oshawa, where Saturday, pre-dawn hours and still in the morning hours, the possibility of a rain-snow mix. Now that is actually where we find our very own Mike Arsenault, who's dressed up as Gaston from Beauty and the Beast, and I've got my witch hat on here, Mike, very appropriately. And it's a good thing that I didn't dress up like another Disney character, Elsa, because a lot of people at home, there'd be a lot of toasting to their weather. Mike, what's it like out there?
I'm sorry, Kasia, were you talking? I just saw my reflection there in the mirror. Of course, I am Gaston, big and burly, but it is cold here in Oshawa, Kasia. 5 degrees. I should be wearing a coat right now, but my mom, when I was a kid, always made me ruin my costume with wearing a coat. So, you know what? I'm going to be stubborn. I'm not going to wear a coat today, even though the rain continues to fall. Let's do a little trick-or-treating here. I need some candy. Trick-or-treat.
Oh, come on. The candy's for the kids, don't you think? You're getting a little old for this.
Come on, I'm a little bit cold. Can I just have some chocolate?
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much. So now we are seeing the end of Halloween so far, but how has the turnout been? Are people being turned off with the wet and wind and rainy conditions?
Oh, come on. It's not snowing, right? It's been a nice night. The subdivision's growing. We're getting a lot of little kids this year. It's good.
Now, Kasia, you mentioned we are in Oshawa. It's not snowing yet, but is there a chance as temperatures start to cool, we get into the overnight hours, that some of that white stuff could fall here in the region?
That's right. Scarier than your outfit, indeed. All right. Thanks to Mike for that. Maybe the witch hat should come off for this portion. All right. Here we go. We're looking at the snow. The blue is the snow, and we could be seeing a transition of all this rain into a rain-snow mix through the overnight as temperatures do drop. We'll have more on this story coming up. More on Halloween, that's right, hence the Minnie Mouse ears. Kasia Bodurka with you here with a look at what to expect through the overnight hours. I hope you had a wonderful Halloween, or you continue to be having one. We've got temperatures falling to about 2 degrees for a lot of us, still 1 for you in the city of Barrie through the overnight. It's a chilly one, that's for sure. And now Mike Arsenault, you know, he's been dressed up as a silly Disney character as well, but it looks like he changed it up a little. You finally gave in and put that coat on.
That's right, Kasia. The lesson, kids, as always, listen to your parents. If they told you to put a jacket on, maybe take an umbrella with your costume on this Halloween evening, it was a great decision. Kasia, I'm freezing, and the rain has not stopped here in the city of Oshawa all day long. It's not raining hard, just really more of a nuisance. Looking at some windy conditions, so the rain is very cold, and it's very uncomfortable. So you definitely will have the winter jacket on. And Kasia, as you alluded to, temperatures are just going to continue to drop as we move through this evening, and there's a chance this rain could turn into, you know what, Kasia, I can't even say it. Why don't you give people the bad news?
Of course you want me to do it, eh, Mike? Thanks, Gaston. Yeah, a rain-snow mix. I'm not going to go all the way and say the S word. It may be a rain-snow mix for areas to the south of the city of Toronto, though, and that includes places like Kitchener-Waterloo, Guelph region, and to the north could be full-on snow, though, accumulating snows. What we're showing you here with this map, though, are that the winds are going to be sustained between 40 and 60 km through the overnight into tomorrow as well. But then high pressure comes into place, and that means we're going to be clearing out quite nicely, especially into your Sunday. Still seeing unsettled weather, though, Halloween evening. So through this evening, it continues to be rain for a lot of us, but the rain-snow mix line where you're seeing the salmon color into the north, I mean, we've been picking up copious amounts of snow. We've been live there all day with Chrissy Van. They picked up over 15 centimeters of snow, and it continues to fall right now. Now we're going to see that rain-snow mix line shift a little bit, sink south. Even the city of Toronto could be picking up a rain-snow mix through the overnight, but it looks like, you know, the St. Catharines and the Niagara region will still be in the rain, so a little bit more mild for you. To the north, 2 to 5 centimeters of snow likely for the Muskoka region, and to the north of that, have a look at your Saturday morning temperatures, a chilly one, and still seeing rain fall. More on this coming up.
Visit our new
And the cold temperatures.
Oh, the foolish Gaston not wearing his jacket. He needs it. Too busy showing off his arms, eh? All right, Kasia Bodurka with you here with a look at what's happening through the overnight hours. Yeah, it's getting cold. From the fun and light with Kim McDonald to the super scary snow, and I know I'm not the first broadcaster to call this scary on Halloween. Jim uploaded this video to theweathernetwork.com, and I kid you not, this is today in North Bay. And earlier we were live in the Sudbury area with Chrissy Van. She was shoveling snow, and I felt so bad for her. Kasia Bodurka with you here from the warm and dry studio, where we talk about the weather systems that are upon us still through the evening and the overnight, still dealing with the precipitation, mostly in the form of rain for us in the city of Toronto. But before the sun comes up, there's a chance that it will be shifting into a rain-snow mix because, of course, those temperatures are going to be dropping down very close to that freezing mark. So salmon color here, anything marked in pink here, that's your rain-snow mix before the sun comes up on Saturday. But you'll note that areas like the Niagara region, you'll be unscathed. You're still going to be mild enough for it to fall in the form of rain. What we're showing you here are the wind speeds. So the deeper the colors over the Great Lakes, the gustier the shores are. So we're looking at 40 to 60 kilometer per hour winds along Huron and Erie through the evening and overnight. Now, what's scarier than snow? I don't know, the haunted houses, maybe all the snow in Alberta. Here's Deb in Alberta.
I'm here at the Fairmont Banff Springs, just about to go visit Graham's house here. He's got a special, I don't know, hole in the wall, Tower of Terror, whatever you want to call it. You're going to come with me, right?
Oh, no, I never go in there.
Awesome. Great. Can I borrow your club?
No, I need this to keep everybody inside. That's waiting for you.
Awesome. All right. Bye, Graham.
Maybe see you again.
Maybe. Oh, jeez. Okay. Seriously. I see dead people. That's my good joke. Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay. All right. Oh, God. Oh, my God.
Okay, that's how I'd react as well. Thanks to Deb for the laugh. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. Mike Arsenault's next.
And there's a chance this rain could turn into, you know what, Kasia, I can't even say it. Why don't you give people the bad news?
Of course you want me to do it, eh, Mike? Thanks. Gaston. Yeah, a rain-snow mix. I'm not going to go all the way and say the S word. It may be a rain-snow mix.
Today on the show, if you missed it, we took you back to Hawaii, where the town of Pahoa is feeling a little bit of a reprieve. Unfortunately, it's going to be short-lived. We joined Kevin Yard on this spooky Halloween up in Barrie, Ontario.
That we follow the yellow brick road. What do you think? And here we go. Follow the yellow brick road.
And it is no trick that we were seeing snow in Sudbury, where we checked in with Chrissy Van.
Unfortunately, Gabe, my camera operator, doesn't realize here the snowball that I built, well, that's for him. Snowball fight!
Make sure you join us again Monday morning, 5:30 to 9.